this day, if you are a bass fisherman that has fished any kind of tournament ever, this is the tournament that you've dreamed about, the Bassmaster Classic 2024 edition. Someone's life will change for the better today. They will go home $300,000 richer. They will have a trophy that will never fade away. That's the thing that people want more than the money sometimes, is the memories and the trophy that says, I did it.
The title.
I walked across that stage and was the best angler in the biggest tournament of them all, the 2024 Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Classic, presented by Jockey. It has been a great week here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you for joining us this morning on the Bassmaster Classic pre-show, brought to you by Tennessee Tourism. That was a great state that we were in last year for the World Championship of Bass Fishing, the Bassmaster Classic. This year, Oklahoma has shown out, no doubt about it. Ronnie Moore here with Mike Sukon and Such. You set the stage for the final day. Everything's shown up. The fish have shown up. The crowds have shown up. And boy, the weather has kept us on our toes. The first day was beautiful. The second day was a little windier and a lot colder.
A lot colder.
And today in Oklahoma, it is going to be another switch up.
You know it, Ronnie. It's where the wind goes sweeping down the plain.
Today it is big time windy.
Blowing.
It's already blowing in the teens probably here in Tulsa on our outdoor expo set, the tailgate. We're excited to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Justin Hamner, he is your leader, and he is feeling not the pressure, but the enormity of the moment. Very cool to see his perspective, just a genuine angler desiring to accomplish something not only for himself but his family.
I like he's just simple. What's your task tomorrow? Just go out and win the Bassmaster Classic?
Yeah, catch the biggest 5 fish. That's been the key this week. I've caught bigger fish than everybody else.
He's got half of our 20-pound bags today. He's got the Crush City Monster bag at 22.6 on day 1, backed it up day 2, over 40 pounds. He needs just 18 to top the previous classic record here, 60 pounds, 7 ounces.
Justin Hamner is your day 2 leader. He has led from the jump, 22.6 on day 1, 20 pounds even yesterday. Adam Rasmussen from the state of Wisconsin, one of our Opens champions. Such, I don't think we've ever had an Opens champion qualify for the Classic that way and win. The only angler that I know is Randy Howell in the 2014 Classic, but he was on the elites. He just needed to make an Opens victory to make the Classic. But Adam Rasmussen representing the Opens. Cody Huff from just a few hours away in Missouri in 3rd place. Justin Hamner, it has gone to plan. He broke it down for us yesterday morning. He said, I'm going to catch quite a few small ones, and then I'm going to start catching the big ones.
And he caught some big ones. Day 1 of 5.14 and 5.11. Yesterday they were a little bit smaller, closer to 5-pounders.
But he was not disappointed one bit. Everything has gone to plan for him, and he is 5 bass away from winning the Bassmaster Classic.
Must have jerked this classic back to Northport, Alabama.
Said it started long ago. I believe he went to the Red River Classic, one of the Red River Classics with his family. He was able to see that, of course. The Jay Yellis Classic at Lay Lake was one that stuck in his mind as well, 2002. But this has been a dream in the making for Justin Hamner, and a guy who has tasted some success. This is just his second Classic.
He's gotten hot lately, Ron. He's in 41 events. I mean, the last 8, he's been in the top 25, a couple top 10s. He could double his total earnings with a $300,000 payday today if he were to win.
Some would say he is in the zone, and if Adam Rasmussen, he is a wild card today. He has caught 19 pounds and change. He has caught 17 pounds and change, but all of it in the afternoon for the most part. Most of his heavy lifting has been in the last 3 hours of the day. He said, man, I'm going to need to have 20-plus pounds today, no doubt about it. And if I can catch something in the morning, that's the recipe, because the final hour or 2 of the day has been great to me. I have put a lot of great weight in the boat in the last hour or 2, but if I can get off to a better start, if I can catch some fish in the morning, I can maybe put myself in position to win the Bassmaster Classic. Now, he didn't say it as smoothly as that. There were some cut-ups and break-ins, but he was mentally blown away that he's 5 bass away from possible.
I asked him his plan, and he said just the guy who's going to win is going to have to keep an open mind, change on the fly, adjust, and adapt.
You take a look at Grand Lake. We've seen it from end to end. We've seen Drowning Creek factor. We saw Luke Palmer have a great day one there. We've seen some guys like Taku Ito put that in their game plan. We'll see him on Bassmaster Live today, and this is the 3+ pounders on day 2 of the Bassmaster Classic. You see that 6-pounder right there. Kyle Patrick came in. He's just outside our top 10. He caught a 6-7.
But Aaron Yavorsky, our youngest ever Classic competitor, turned 18 on March 15th with a 6-12, our Mercury Big Bass of the event. He may go away with that check.
6-5 on day 1 of the Classic, a 6-7 and a 6-12 yesterday, and we thought maybe we'd see a 7-pounder, and we were right there at the doorstep of that. A 7-pounder for the right person today, and they could start to see the flotilla show up. They could feel the pressure of a possible Bassmaster Classic victory.
Big bag builders. The records in the previous Classic here were over 7 pounds, the Big Bass.
It doesn't matter how you got here. The last person to qualify in the Angler of the Year standings, you could be the defending Classic champ, you could be an Opens champion, college
guys, in Easton Fothergill.
It does not matter. If you are in this event, you have a shot to win it, and we have 25 anglers going out today. Matt Robertson sneaking in our coverage, 10th place. Taku Ito, 9th place. We're going to see both of these anglers on Bassmaster Live, and they're both doing some diverse game plans. Taku starting down lake, finishing up lake. Big swim bait for Matt Robertson all day. Jay Shakurit, he said, I know I'm going to need to make adjustments, and he said, I think that offshore spot may be fizzling for me a little bit, so maybe some new water in the works for him. Lee Livesey, we saw a bunch of fish on a crankbait, but he said no big ones yet. Maybe today's a big one for a crankbait.
He's going to need it, right?
A bait adjustment for sure.
Livesey's 9.5 back. Taku was 10 pounds back.
Cooper Gallant, 8th place. Big bag yesterday. 19 pounds and change to jump up there. Hank Cherry has been steady Eddie in the 16 to 17 pound range so far. And the 2 times trying to win 3 out of 5. That would be the most we have seen in that stretch of time ever.
The greatest run.
Brandon Carr. You mentioned it. We've had 4 20-pound bags. He was one of them yesterday. 21+ pounds to make the jump into the top 5. Cody Huff, who started day 2 in 2nd place, ended day 2 in 3rd, but boy, it was looking bleak in the morning.
Oh, slow.
Late fish on some docks saved him, and he said, I'm going to need to mix in a couple things today. Adam Rasmussen, we just talked about him. Great afternoons every day. If he could get something going, maybe he'll settle in a little earlier. And Justin Hamner, he is the one they are chasing, and he has a 5-pound, 7-ounce lead.
5'7", so if he catches 18 pounds, he's going to make somebody have to really catch him. Of course, last Classic here, we had the biggest ever final day weight, 29 pounds, 3 ounces to win it.
We mentioned how a shallow spot was Cody Huff's deal on day 1, but day 2, he turned his attention to the dock walkways, those areas where the cables get in the way. Maybe your regular angler isn't fishing around those. They don't want to get in there and worry about losing fish on those cables. Some of our Classic competitors have been trying their luck on those, and Cody Huff has caught a couple key fish. And yesterday afternoon, we saw 2 good ones late in the day that really set the stage for him. He started with this one, fired him up, and then this last one of the day, I do believe, or we already saw the last one of the day, was his biggest as well. Brandon Card, Robbie Floyd was following him around all day yesterday, fishing around some of the anglers we've seen on camera over the last day or 2, but finally Card makes his appearance on camera. He said, I would love to win the Bassmaster Classic. I'm a fan of the sport, and I've been around it for a long time. He was our first ever college angler to make the Elite Series. He fished his first Bassmaster Classic here in 2013. He's one of 4 anglers to fish all 3 Classics here at Grand Lake. He said it reminds him of home, some of those lakes in East Tennessee, the attributes they have. Brandon Card is hoping to win there.
134 bass events. He's got 880 grand earnings. He topped the Million Club if he won.
And this guy right here, 2 Bassmaster Classic victories. Hank Cherry shows up. All the tournaments matter, Such, but he shows up when the lights are the brightest. He won Rookie of the Year, had a shot at winning the Classic his first season. He's won a Bassmaster Open. He's won the All-Star event to claim Rookie of the Year.
You're right. He really puts his focus on the Classic. I remember him telling me that these other tournaments, boy, I'd like to win one, but the Classic is the deal.
The Hank Cherry winning the Classic in 2020, starting off with an absolute giant bag day one at Gunnersville and followed up with 2 very good bags to seal the victory there. Then we had Ray Roberts in the summer the next season. He was able to do it when people probably didn't think he was one to repeat. He wins, and this week, maybe righting some wrongs, some vengeance of where he could be a 3-time Classic
in
champ
2013,
already.
yeah, as the Open qualifier, he came in and lost the potential winning fish in the final moments. It was a very dramatic scene of him lying on his deck in anguish.
You mentioned it. Some of these anglers are going to need big bags, but we see 2nd to 10th is the same distance than it is from 1st to 2nd, around 5 pounds.
Well, if Hamner slips a little bit, there's guys who can catch it, but they're really going to have to do some work today.
I mean, when you look at the diversity in the game plans, you've got guys going down south as far as you can go in this lake to fish. You're going to have guys maybe make an adjustment, go upriver. Today is the day where extra wind, it may change up anglers' game plans.
May blow out some places. May have to find new places to fish.
We're going to start in 20 minutes. Bassmaster.com. We're going to be there with the full gang. Mark Zona, Davey Height, Tommy Sanders hosting the Bassmaster Classic the way it should be. We're going to be live from 8 a.m. on Bassmaster.com. We will jump over to Fox Sports 1 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and we will end our coverage on Fox.
The big network, Ronnie, big network.
Fox. And so we will see you there, and we'll be able to show you the Classic winner in total at the end of the day as well. We'll see you in 20 minutes.